think we'll read the purport, because I read the purport and it was some things like exactly what I was thinking, what we were speaking yesterday, exactly Prabhupada's writing in the purport. I like it when you say something and then you think, oh, that reminds me of this verse. And then I go to the verse and you see in the purport, oh, yeah, Prabhupada is saying the same thing. So it means you, like, what's that, confirmed, You're in the line. Yes. Yes. Jnana prayasam udapastanamanta eva. Jivanti sanmukharitam bhavadiya vartam. Stani stita shrutagatam tanuvan manobe yad prayaso jito api asya tris trilokyam. Translation. Those who, even while remaining situated in their established social positions, throw away the process of speculative knowledge and, with their body, words and mind, tanuvan manobir. Tanuvan, van means vak, manobir. Offer all respects to descriptions of your personality and activities, dedicating their lives to these narrations which are vibrated by you personally and by your pure devotees. Certainly conquer your lordship, although you are otherwise unconquerable by anyone within the three worlds. Jito pi tais trilokyam. He conquers the unconquerable by just hearing. So I can remember Srila Govinda Maharaj Gurudev used to speak this verse many, many times. He would always say, Stani stata, remain in your social position, means if you're a brahmachari, stay brahmachari. If you're a grihasta, stay a grihasta. But what it's saying is, it's Stani stata shruti gatam tanuvak mano, so body, minds and word dedicated, shruti gatam. This is the important thing, by hearing. This is Shrotriya Parampara. This is the Parampara of hearing. So just hear. Just sit there. Don't jump anywhere. And that was the point I was thinking. People are coming and they're very, I don't know, what is that mentality that it's like they're going to Vrindavan like a box of chocolates and they're taking one and tasting. You never know what you're going to get in the box of chocolates, right? So they're trying, but they're not fixed. The important point is maybe going back to what Madhavendra Prabhu was saying about this Shukad Mukad Amrita Dravya Samhita Pibata Bhagavatam Rasamalayam. Tasting, but you're tasting the chocolates.
Krishna Maharaj was very fixed. If you look at him, hearing from Sukadev. He didn't think one day here, next day another sadhu. I have 7 days, full dedication.
Sukadev Goswami, everybody, who appointed Sukadev Goswami as the Acharya? Right? Self-manifest, self-effulgent. Everybody, many sadhus were there, but all university declared, sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. He is sadhu, he's the Acharya. Please, you sit and speak. And Sutta Goswami dedicated himself 7 days. I'm going to die, I must hear from you. Really, this is the core essence of it. So that was the core of what I was thinking. And then I'm reading Prabhupada's purport. So the purport is very nice. It's just see if the technology doesn't let us down. Here, the word udapasya clearly indicates that one should not even slightly endeavor to understand the absolute truth by the process of mental speculation. So again, it goes back to what we've been saying for a few days. Hearing means you must bypass the mind and the intelligence. Mental speculation means... Another point I was thinking about is why do we avoid the mind and the intelligence? Because they're colored. It colors our understanding. We don't get it pure. And also, when we preach, if we preach through the mind, if we try to approach people intellectually, what we end up doing is we attract people like ourselves. Right? You see, in some ways that's a good thing. The other meditation I was thinking about is that when I was saying before that Gurudev pours all of his teachings into his disciples then become like limbs. They become empowered representatives, and they all have a different function in the same way that, say, Radhika has all the Akaya Vyuha of Srimati Radhika. In fact, Srila Gaurav Maharaj, I won't tell the whole story, but he was very angry with me once. I told him something I'd done bad, and he beat me very badly. And he said, physically, with his cane, knocked me out like unconscious. And he said, he looked. I was on the floor, and he said to me, "When I initiate my disciples, I expand myself into every one of you. And I'm an old man, and why these lusty things will come to me." Right? So he's saying that I am expanding myself. I'm becoming Gurudev. If you're giving yourself Tanavan Manobir to Gurudev, Stani Stata, you're going and staying in his ashram, and you're hearing from him, and you're dedicating yourself to him. He's expanding, he's pouring himself into you. And we become that representative. So we should not speculate. We bypass the mind intelligence, and we do attract. I was going to say, we're attracting this. We do attract certain type. Each devotee attracts a certain personality, and so this is a way that Gurudev can interact with the whole universe through his disciples. So one should not even slightly endeavor. This is jnana prayasam. Give up this mental speculation. The first word, it's a very strong verse. Jnana prayasam, give it up. It's like dharma projita, give up this cheating religion, give up this mental speculation. For invariably carries one to an imperfect, impersonal understanding of God. And we see that all of those people who went there with that mental speculation, I must have this, oh, Gurudev won't give me this. I will speculate. I will say, no, I'm going to go to this Babaji, I'm going to get Siddhapran, I'm do this. It's just mental speculation. It's all on the mental platform. And then what happens? Invariably leads to an imperfect and impersonal conception, understanding of God. The word jivanti indicates that a devotee who always hears about the Lord, or Lord Krishna, will go back to home, back to Godhead, even if he can do nothing except maintain his existence and hear topics concerning the Lord. So I was thinking that's what I was thinking. So what is it about me? I can do nothing except for maintain my existence, but I do hear. And we hear nicely, we hear in the way that we've been discussing. Hearing means jnana prayasam manupanta. Forget the speculation. And it actually goes back to that, what I was saying. I'd like to get the context of that. I was thinking about this on program this morning. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says, when you come to Gurudev, you lay down the sword of discrimination. It's kind of a little dangerous because sometimes maybe Gurudev is not completely butterfly, but if we know that Gurudev is sadhu, then you cannot discriminate on what Gurudev is saying. You can't choose, I'm going to accept this part and not that part. You accept Gurudev in total, completely. You accept Bhagavatam in total. You can't take a piece here and a piece there.
Just a quick point that ties into this is the idea of the two things. Not speculating. Reminds me of the example that Gurudev and Vaishnavas give of the harmonium teacher. I would say this. And he would have to charge a much higher fee to someone who came with the claim of already having some knowledge on the subject. And he gave a much lesser fee to the person who says, I don't know anything. He asks them, what do you know? I know nothing. He's ready to hear. And then speculating seems like we hear, but with this idea, I already know something. And so we're not hearing purely. We're hearing with jnana prayasa, mental speculation. So that example came to mind.
I'm going to say something a little bit controversial here. But it's something I've meditated on, that, and we say, Prabhupada said the same things about Indians. When you preach to Indians, it's like wet wood, right? To start a fire, first you have to dry them out first, because they're full of all sorts of rituals and I know. But also, what I was going to say, a little controversial, I find that my godbrothers who have accepted gurus before coming to the higher Vaishnav, I think of one particular personality, like he was associating with this devotee who thought he was a South Indian Brahmana, and they were giving out Brahman dikshas and worshipping Giriraj with Purusha Shukta mantras, and so many mental speculations. And in fact, they would come and try to instruct my Guru Maharaj. Oh, Guru Maharaj, we worship Giriraj with Purusha Shukta. Guru Maharaj said, no, we don't do that. Oh, but in this Shastra it says blah, 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 blah. No, we don't do that. And they actually, the look on his face is like, oh, Guru Maharaj doesn't understand. Anyway, I'll make him understand later. We have to give up that first. So this is the first statement when I look at that verse, you feel it's like the verse is, first do that, and then what? Stanistata shrutigatam. Then you sit in one place and you hear. All right? So we'll go back to the purport. Srila Sanatana Goswami has explained the words Tanavan Manobi by body, words and mind in three ways. In reference to devotees, through their body, words and mind, they are able to conquer Lord Krishna. Thus, becoming perfect in Krishna consciousness, they can touch his lotus feet with their hands, call him to come with their words, and attain his direct audience within their mind simply by thinking about him. In the case of non-devotees, the words Tanavan Manabi refer to the word ajita, unconquered, and indicate that those not engaged in the loving service of Krishna cannot conquer the absolute truth by their bodily strength, verbal expertise, or mental power. Despite all their endeavors, the ultimate truth remains beyond their reach. In reference to the word jitaha, conquered, the words Tanavan Manabi indicate that the pure devotees of Lord Krishna conquer his body, words and mind. Lord Krishna's body is conquered because he always remains by the side of his pure devotees. I love the way Prabhupada, there's so much rus actually in what he's saying, but and it's more beautiful because he covers it. He just slightly covers it. Lord Krishna's words are conquered because he always chants the glories of his devotees, and Lord Krishna's mind is conquered because he's always thinking about his loving devotees. Srila Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur has explained the words Tanavan Manobi in regard to the word namantaha, offering obeisances. He explains that devotees can take full advantage of the transcendental topics of the Lord by offering all respects to those topics with their body, words and mind. One should engage his body by touching the ground with his hands and his head while offering obeisance to the topics of the Lord. One should engage his words by praising transcendental literatures such as Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, as well as devotees who are preaching such literatures. And one should engage his mind by feeling great reverence and pleasure while hearing the transcendental topics of the Lord. In this way, a sincere devotee who has acquired even a small amount of transcendental knowledge about Lord Krishna can conquer him, and thus go back to Godhead for eternal life at the Lord's side. What's that verse of Ambarish Maharaj? Yes. Savai Mana Krishna Padavindayo. So Prabhupada, you can see that Prabhupada is referring to this verse of Ambarish Maharaj here also, that every aspect of our body, Savai Mana Krishna Padavindayo, everything is dedicated at the Lord, in the Lord's service. So that was my meditation. Where do I... Any question from that?
Radharani, thanks for watching. Please subscribe to our channel down there, share with your friends, ask a question in the comments, and check out our website, kripa.tv, for courses, to support us, and for our articles and more. Haribo.